Salutations, you ancient moonwalkers, to yet another exciting day of Let's Playing Aidyn Chronicles, making of the first mage, developers of the first pancakes, creators of the first paperclips. That was the extended title, but they cut that part out, obviously. Alright, so we were having all kinds of fun last time we played. Oh, that's right. We were grinding all sorts of nonsense on those dire and spirit wolves. I saved the game here after one of those fights. So I did say, because we died, didn't we, to the dryads? Yeah, we died to the dryads. And I did say that I was going to do a little bit of grinding off camera. I didn't overdo it too much. I think I might have fought the wolves like 6 times, whereas we only fought them like, what, 3 times on camera? So we did get a bit of EXP. Most notably, we went and taught Brenna all of her spells and then raised her lightning to 5. We also, what did we do? We raised dragon flames on Alaron to 6. That was pretty much it. I mean, obviously, Beckon here and Rita were getting EXP from all this as well, but I don't think we really did anything important. It looks like we raised Verse Elemental for Rita up to 7 for some reason. I was probably not thinking too clearly when I did that. But we do have about 7 kajillion EXP for Beckon. We might as well spend this. I mean, ideally we would find someone who teaches us warrior, but, we'll just teach him warrior level 6, warrior level 7. So he's definitely just as good as Abrakan now. He hits like a truck with that axe. Okay. Yeah, we don't really want to do anything with Brenna. I think all we're going to do is just give a couple points of Troubadour to... Oh, that's a mistake, I think, because isn't there a Dryad that teaches you Troubadour? So we could save some EXP. Whatever, we'll raise it to level 2, and then we'll just hope that there's an NPC that teaches us Troubadour. Let's save the game this time. That way, if I stupidly upset the Dryads, we don't have to do all that again. It's so dumb. I think I upset the Dryads every time I play this game. And it's because I never remember the dialogue choice. And for whatever reason, my natural inclination to choose dialogue choices leads me to upsetting them. Okay, so this is the same one we talked to earlier. Let's not talk about her queen. That seems like a bad idea. But you have a strange look in your eyes that I do not like. We could go with that one. That sounds like a good way to get killed. Let's say we're looking for Amaranth, your loveliness. Your needless hurry displeases me, wild boy. I would have you linger here with me a moment before you may receive my aid. Excuse me, your loveliness, I must continue my search. Yeah, let's just not talk to her. She just seems like a bad deal. She's the extremely grumpy gatesman to the Dryad Woods. Not gatesman. What do you call the guy who stands in front of on top of the gate and lets people in and out? There's like a name for it. Watchman? No, because a watchman is just a generic term. A Dryad! You're beautiful. Hello! Alright, we should probably do a voice for the Dryads. Do you speak as sweetly as you walk? Say what you want here. Can you tell me about Pandera? When you meet her, be sure to use your best manners. I appreciate your help. We're doing like a variant of the Mirari voice for them. So these are the Dryad Woods, aptly named. It's funny that people don't think they exist when literally you can walk out to the backyard and find them of the school. A Dryad, you're beautiful. Hello? Quick, human, say something meaningless and trivial, and I'll say something back. It's like she can see into the developers' minds. Can you tell me about Pandera? Are you the squire? She has something for you. I appreciate... Yeah, I'm sure she does have something for us. I don't even say that lewdly. Pandera definitely has something for us. She is obsessed with humans. Oh, a male dryad. Oh my. Alan's like, oh my. Hello. Hello, human one. Will you please me with a song? I'm, looking for Amaranth? Amaranth is easy to find. Pandera will help you. Would you like to fly over to her? Why, thank you. Hey, man, you promised me flight. Alright, we're just... all these dryads are just liars. Who want to kill you for saying the wrong thing about their queen. Oh my. Hello? Hello, human. I'm looking for Amaranth. There is some Amaranth here, but first you must sing. I see. These dryads are nuts. I'd really love to one day go in here and document everything they say with a low diplomacy and then see if any of it changes if you crank up your diplomacy up higher. Again, I've said it 1,000 times, diplomacy is a worthless stat. It just kind of barely changes NPC dialogue. But at the same time, isn't that just kind of hilarious? Ridiculous being! You have invaded our peaceful grove. Step away from the roots of these trees wherein you are not welcome. Ardra sent me. Ardra, I am honored. Seldom do we receive the attention of the great wizard. Please, embrace our wood as your own. Okay, so that looks like the second entrance. You know, obviously the school's over there, so we passed the test. We have a male dryad who's all like, get off my lawn, and then we're like, oh, the wizard sent us, and he's like, oh, okay, yeah, just come on in. And then we have the super, trying to find a PG way to say it. Wow, is there not a word I can think of that actually means witchy? A super witchy, female dryad on the right, who if you say the wrong thing about her queen, she freaks out and attacks you. Alright, I think we already talked to that dryad. I'm lost. You only really have to come here once in the game, and this surprisingly isn't a dungeon. Our goal here is to find Pandera. And because it's not a dungeon, you know, I typically don't spend a ton of time in here. And you, like I said, you only have to come here once. Surely she's in this big outcropping. Anyway, but what that means is I just really never committed this place to memory. You never really have to. A dryad! You're beautiful. Hello? Hello. Are you magic? Can you fly? Say something flattering. Can you tell me about Pandera? Pandera? She likes visitors, so long as they aren't from Ugarit. Racist! Racist! She doesn't like the Ugarits? The Ugarits? I don't know how you say that. It's not Ugarashians, that's for sure. I want to call them like the Oogs, but that's certainly it would be a racial slur. I can't believe she doesn't like the Ugarits. The Ugarits are essentially I would describe them as kind of this part of Aidyn's exotic race. They're very like shamanistic. Anyway, not liking them just kind of, it's like saying I don't like them because their culture is so different from ours. And they're blue-skinned. So, you know, just add a little of that to things. There's really no reason not to like Ugarits. People just are afraid of them because, well, they're just different, and they look different. It's not like they eat children or something. They kind of just live in the desert and leave everyone alone. Hey, a dryad, you're beautiful, hello? Do you speak as sweetly as you walk? Say what you want here. That's an open death wish. If we say what we want, we get killed. Can you tell me about Pandera? When you meet her, be sure to use your best manners. I appreciate your help. Do you, Alaron? Do you really? Okay, like seriously, this friggin' forest is huge. We should just be happy they aren't making us fight things while we're in here. Dryad! 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 You are mine! I shall have you. So glorious, your lovely eyes do gleam with magic. You stand apart from your human companions, wild boy. I note your glory. Are you a dryad? You're beautiful. Oh, shoot. This is the... Oh, gosh darn it. I can't believe I actually forgot. We'll just say that we're looking for Amaranth. Is that... Wait a minute. No, this isn't the same dryad, is it? Hold on. Because if it is, we should be able to exit the forest right over here, right? Is this the exit? No. That was a dryad with the exact same dialogue, but in a completely different spot. How strange. Human boy, a tip for you. Oh, this is a different one. Human, you sing well. A tip for you. Amaranth can be found in the northeast part of the forest, and Pandera, our queen, would like to see you. Alrighty. Oh, well, there's the school. Are we sure that wasn't the same place? I don't know. I don't know. Where's Pandera? You are mine, I shall have you. Yeah, this one totally says the same thing, and that one was definitely a different dryad. So, I guess there are just dryads that have that dialogue loop. Oh my, hello? Hello, human. I'm looking for Amaranth? There is some Amaranth here, but first you must... Oh, we totally already talked to him. Alright, that's it. I'm not going to read the dryads anymore unless they have something interesting to say. They're like the guards in Guernia. Welcome to Guernia. I like swords. Nah. Okay, let's use that as a point of orientation. The big stone circle. In fact, let's also be super boring and just take the first left turn we keep seeing. And eventually we'll probably found Pandora? Find Pandora. Why didn't they just call her Pandora? I feel like I'm mispronouncing Pandora every time I say Pandora. Wait, what? I was just hitting A absent-mindedly thinking, oh, look, maybe there's something in those mushrooms. Apparently there was something in the tree. We just stole 550 gold from the dryads. Also, guys, I know I've also said this before, but seriously, does that not seem like placeholder numbers? Like, they were like, just throw a random number in there, we'll balance out the gold prices later. And so somebody was just going 555, 111, 222, and that kind of stuff. And then they never bothered to go back and change any of the numbers. They're like, oh, we'll make it random, or we'll implement an RNG feature. I just said that twice, didn't I? Or like, we'll figure out how much we should actually put in there, and then... Or literally someone was so bored they didn't even try and make it seem like the gold in the chests was random. They were just like, fell asleep on one number. Alright, I said we were going to take the left turns. I really want to go right, but no, we're going to stick to it. We're going to keep taking left. I regret my decision. Okay. What? The Minotaur came back? Are you serious? Oh my gosh. Oh well, more EXP to spend on that super useful stat known as Troubadour. Oh. Rita's kind of looking worse for wear. Actually, all our guys are a little beat up here. I hope we don't regret spending Rita's stamina to heal Alaron. If we could just get Abrakan up here. Abrakan, because of his shield stat, he's definitely fulfilling the role of frontline fighter at this point. Brenna Brenna usually doesn't have trouble because of that dragon leather, but honestly, it's the chaos shield. The shield that Brenna will never be able to actually use. Rita fails to perform. Dark day when you wake up and fail to perform. Oh, come on. I was hoping for a full kill there. You know what? I bet she could if she gets a clean backstab. Alright, we're gonna test that out. There we go. This way... This way... Nope. Can't target the other one that's damaged. Because this way Beckon could kill the other one, but whatever. It's not that important. Can't the other Minotaur just run away? No, because there's an ogre boss there, and he's probably raising their morale. They're like, boss is here. We can do it with boss, right? You done come to the wrong neighborhood. Okay, my accent's slipping there. These guys can throw things, right? So maybe I shouldn't have put Alaron so close to them. Let's have Alaron run away. There's no need to risk this. This is an easy fight that we came into kind of battered. And honestly, as long as we just focus their attention on Beckon, there's almost no way we can lose. And then we'll hold Rita back. We'll just have her not participate in this fight. Man, they have a lot of HP. That's their dodge animation. Duck and cover. Minotaurs kind of might as well not even be here. I mean, they might get a hit. Ugh, I say that. Why do I open my mouth? We should probably also have Alaron target the Minotaur, because he's just doing jack for damage against the Ogre boss. The Ogre boss's innate protection is just too high. If we wanted to, we could keep the Ogre boss in ranged mode, which is a lot less threatening, and then just clean up the Minotaur first. In fact, that's probably what we should do. We don't, like, really need to, but it would technically be safer, I think. Come on, Alaron, you had your one shining moment. I love how I said the Minotaur wouldn't matter, and yet they're the only ones who've dealt damage this fight. If I ever go through this game again, I don't think I'm ever gonna equip Alaron with a ranged weapon. Or either that, or you just... Is it because we haven't put any points into it? You kind of have to assume that that's the case. He keeps walking away. I keep trying to circle Brenna around and get behind him. Yeah, it's not gonna happen. Come on, Alaron. Come on, buddy. There we go. Finally. I'm contributing. Contributing. Alright, this is over because the Ogre boss has to swap weapons. What? Hold up. Why did he lose 4 HP? What the devil? Those 2 last hits from Brenna were super weak. What was going on there? Okay, well, let's heal everybody before we do something stupid like that again. Okay. Thought I heard walking. I hope it's not the dire wolves coming back. But okay, let's just not go this way, because I'm pretty sure that just leads back to the school. Alright, should we do this again? Should we run in here and only take a left turn? We've definitely ran past this rock before. Maybe she only comes out at night. I mean, that would make a certain amount of sense, wouldn't it? This dryad seemed to have different dialogue. She said if we want to meet her, we better be on our best manners. Or maybe all of the dryad dialogue has just flowed together into one collective pool in my brain, and I can no longer distinguish any of their dialogue from each other. That seems more likely. You would expect this big outcropping to be where we need to go. Yeah, I feel like their dialogue is different. How did you get here? Were you blown by the wind? I'm looking for Amaranth? Did Ardra send you? She is a wondrous healer. There is so little place in the wood where she left a footprint. Well, you guys fly, so that's not that impressive. Oh, gosh. What a lovely thing you are. How did you come here? On a cloud? Can you tell me about Pandera? Pandera is a friend to those favored by the Mirari. Yeah, well then tell her dryads to stop killing us. What do you think that conversation would have been like? Like, my queen, Ardra sends word that a human boy in need of healing will soon visit you. Awkward. We just found a human boy's corpse on the outskirts of our forest. This has to be Pandera, right? Oh, thank goodness. Pandera? She kind of looks a little bit like an old lady. I kind of want to do an old lady voice for her. Is that disrespectful? That is my name. What can I do for you, human? But are you real? I think you're made of light. Great queen, I need your help. Well, let's go with that one. Do you like humans? Some of them. They are not easy to get to know. They're far too busy to enter the forest, and when they do come here, they die so quickly. No kidding, you mad matriarch. Can you sense that I am poison? Oh, that. I know about it. You've been to Ardra. Now you're here to find the cure. If you humans used your heads, you'd have more herbs and forests of your own. Instead, you go on and with trade and war. Okay, I'm starting to sound a little bit like an old lady George Bush. You've been like this forever, always going back on the rules of the rage and the time of the dragons. Time of the dragons? Do you know dragon history? How do you know Ardra? You don't like trade? I feel like we have to pick that. You don't like trade? I'll trade for dancing or for troubadours, and I like any type of music. Where can I find the herb amaranth? The flower is everywhere. I will order some to grow and blossom, but finding it will take some skill. Look in the sunshine at the foot of the northeast trees. Take only what you need. What kinds of skill? These woods are magical and full of secret places. Things may not be what they appear. Now and then creatures will approach from nowhere. Most of all, be sure to guard your energy. Rest as much as possible, and don't push too hard. Look in the sunshine. You talk to herbs? Naturally. I've learned a lot from them. Why is amaranth so hard to find? It is a dryad herb not found in other lands, and therefore special to us. Our magic is our own, not taught by dragon or Jundar. We must keep our ways our own, and we must hide our secrets from the goblins. They'd only turn this flower into poison. Then it is a poison and a cure at the same time? Aren't most things that way? Go northerly in this glen. Look quickly, fill your sack, but when you're done, come back to me. Why? Oh, no reason. Just come back. I've got something for you. What am I doing with my life? I can't believe I'm doing voice acting for such a crazy old game. Imitating the thirstiest dryad. Great Queen, I'm still unsure about the amaranth. What troubles you? What will it look like? Amaranth is magical, sweet one. It looks like what it wishes to. How will I find it then? To most it appears as an ordinary herb, but those with magical leanings... Leanings! Those with magical leanings often see it as a beautiful flower. Focus your mind on that, my dear, and you shall not fail. A flower? Yes, my sweet. I think that should suit you. Well, okay then. Go now and look to the northeast corner of my wood. Return to me here when you find it. I will. Okay, admittedly, after seeing the 3D model compared to the 2D portrait, it does kind of appear that she's supposed to be a lot younger. Or youthful, possessing the youth of the dryads. Well, whatever, we're still gonna keep doing the old lady voice. Alright. Northeast, where the sun shines. Guys, there's no sun in this game, or at least not sun that dynamically affects shadows, so yeah. Also, you can't really tell me the sun doesn't shine everywhere in this forest because there's no canopy. But okay, let's go find the amaranth. It doesn't spawn until you talk to her, and then it pops up in some random location. It's not random, I just mean, like, it's just, like, next to some mushrooms, I think. I can't actually... Oh, there it is! Wow, that was really easy. Usually it takes me forever to find that thing. A legendary herb with mystical healing properties. Amaranth. Well, that was an easy quest. Yeah, but seriously, think about that for a moment. Need to talk to Salmon to find a healer, have to fight an entire legion of goblins. Are just like, hey, go talk to the dryads and get a flower. Walks into the backyard, gets a flower. That's what I mean about the pacing of the game being really odd. Like, what? We didn't have to slay an entire legion of wyverns to get here? We didn't have to fight all the horrors of the fiends of the Cthulhu realm? Well, whatever. Let's save before I say something dumb to the queen. She has us beheaded. Pandera, I have returned. And were you successful? Thank you for the amaranth, and what? Just thank you. That's it? Just that little speech? Is this the way to thank a queen? Say something suitable and pretty. Go on, dazzle me. You are almost a knight. You must have nobler sentiments than these. You have no troubadour skill. Have you been taught nothing? Let me try. Queen, please let me look on you. Although your beauty dims my eye, and all the forest here around us, if only you could see yourself as I do, you would know how much this vision means. For all at once, I am alive. My heart is new. Wait! Okay, guys, okay. a couple of things. So what happened here is the game essentially looks at your troubadour skill, rolls a die, and then you either pass or fail. And so essentially, if you fail, what you then have to do is go around and talk to the dryads who will teach you the troubadour skill. Among other things. I think they might also teach you the lightning spell, but we already know that, so it's not like we lost anything. Well, we put 1 point into troubadour. We don't even have the bardic gloves equipped, the gloves that give you a +2 on troubadour, so we put 1 point into troubadour. And the game rolled the die, and we actually got it. I was making the mocking kind of bad speech. I can use my words. I was trying to make Alaron sound like an idiot because I just assumed we were going to get the bad roll, but apparently we got it. That's very good. Thanks. And every blossom in my soul I now send to you. Come and stoop and gather up these hopeful flowers, for they are the sweet and rich with fragrance. And in taking all my happiness, you make me even happier still. This is well said. You're too kind, O wondrous queen. It is I, a humble tribute to such beauty. I feel like Alaron just suddenly became Casanova. If only I were eloquent, I would say so much more. This glen is too wide open. Even if you whisper, words fly everywhere, and secret meanings miss their mark. There is another place. Please take my hand and follow into the sacred grove. I don't want to go into your sacred grove, lady. Okay, we're gonna get a super awkward scene where we just watch Pandora fly around a bunch. There. I wish I could sit next to you, but no, dryads never sit. Oh, Alaron. What an aura of magic surrounds you. You must get better at playing an instrument, though. But for me, your charm outshines all else. Magic? But I'm just a squire. I don't have much magic ability. We're not a level 7 wizard or anything. What I sensed in the wood is true. You are a wilding, Alaron. A wilding? A special type of magical self. A wilding cannot be held to the mundane plane. You are free to learn all 4 schools of magic. Alright, so there's our answer. Alaron's a wilding, it's why he can learn everything. Pandora, no one can learn the spells of all 4 schools! He says that, but we know spells from all 4 schools! It's unheard of. Yet it is prophesied. It will make you that rarest of magical beings. A mage! Oh, okay. Title drop! Making of the first mage. I got it. I hope I don't offend you as I flutter near. It's a little distracting. Please fly where you wish, my queen. You are so beautiful, I wish you could always be near me. We'll, of course, go with that one. Alaron, the warmth of your words would melt the coldest heart. Oh, gosh. She's like half your size, Alaron. Now I give you a special amulet. There. You have its... There! Mazel tov! You just have it now. You have its magic, but you can use its powers only once. It will let you communicate directly with me, to me, so that I can help you, which I would like to do. Thank you, O Queen. May I fly through your aura again? We'll go with I wish you would. Then I shall. Mostly because, you know, I don't want to get electrocuted by crazy demon dryads. Oh, Alaron is actually holding an amulet. Holy crap. Most of the time when they give you things, it's like, oh, you got it, but you never actually see it. You are such a magical being, Alaron. Gosh, I really am regretting choosing the old lady voice. I'm glad it pleases you, O Queen. But, my dear, I must warn you. You must control your powers before the minion sees you. Control your potential, or you'll destroy us all. Okay, well, with that ominous message, I guess we'll just stare at these trees for a while. They're beautiful trees. Pandora! Yeah, okay. So, I know that was kind of goofy. We were having some fun, but let's, let's at least analyze the good bits of the story here, ignoring Pandera's obsession with Alaron's aura. We'll go ahead and consider that we are a wilding, which I think is actually a pretty cool name. You know, I've heard of wild mages or wild magic, but a wilding just sounds fun. And yes, truthfully, I don't know why Alaron's like, what? Four schools? That's impossible. No, nobody could do that. Nobody. Because clearly he is able to, but whatever. However, Pandera, of course, does say that Alaron will kill everyone if he's not careful. He is also a mage. Because I guess people like Rita and Cardog and Bowden are just wizards. But if you know all 4 schools of magic, you become a mage. Okay, I'm almost certain this is the way out of the forest. Almost certain. Oh, here we go. Okay. And hopefully those spirit wolves didn't come back. What's this? Oh my goodness. You can see through the castle walls. There's nothing behind. Can we glitch through here? Oh gosh. You saw the way the game stalled out there? I'm not gonna do that. I should probably save before I try and crash the game. Okay, so that was pretty painless. That could have been... Oh my goodness, the spirit wolves came back. Oh, no. Okay. One thing about the dryads, they are a sight to see. I wish I could fly like that. What did Pandera say when you were alone with her? Oh, Pandera? She said... My aura is something special. We might be going to the desert. She did not say that. That's so random. The desert is... Okay. It's hilarious that we have this as a dialogue option, because clearly this was written by a developer who knew that you were going to use Pandera's amulet to go down to Ugarit. Because essentially what happens is, way at the end of the game, when we finally go to Ugarit, you use Pandera's amulet. I know, I'm giving... Spoilers! We use Pandera's amulet to get into Ugarit. But at no point in that conversation did Pandera tell us to go to Ugarit. It's kind of hilarious. I'm going to resist the temptation to smugly say that our aura is something special, and we'll go ahead and tell everyone that we're a wilding. And she gave me an amulet. Now I can ask for her help at any time, but we can only use it once. I knew she liked you. I could tell right away. But she isn't real, you know. I mean, she's charming and all, but only in an insubstantial sort of way. But don't worry, Brenna. Dryads are beautiful, but I'm not in love with them. I want somebody with both feet on the ground. It shouldn't be too hard to find. Alright. Ah, the spirit wolf did come back. Sorry guys, gotta do a spirit wolf fight. Shouldn't be too bad, but I know it's probably not the most exciting thing in the world. It's okay. So it does seem to be raining. Something I noticed, I'm pretty sure I said it completely wrong in the last episode. I said, oh, the spirit wolves aren't invisible until they cast their spell. That's not true. The spirit wolves are just casting darkness. That's why every time we fight them, it's dark. Now, it's not dark right now, but once the spirit wolf takes his turn, he's going to cast darkness. Oh, he swapped his strategy. I wonder if it's because he was damaged. Or is the dusk lighting that we're in now, does that count as night? I don't actually know. Anyway, so yeah, essentially it's interesting because when you kill whoever casts darkness, the darkness spell is dispelled. And so you can kind of remove the darkness effect from the battlefield in that way. I mean, it doesn't really change anything, though. The strategy still is just to have Brenna kill the Spirit Wolf. Great. And everyone else focus on the Corporeal Wolves, although Rita's taking a little bit of punishment here. Makes me a little nervous. Mostly it's because Becken hasn't... He's only had one turn this whole combat. Okay, we could have Rita get a nice backstab, or we could have her heal. I feel like healing is probably the safer route. Ugh. I guess we'll just heal like that. Also, if you didn't know, the amount of healing that potions restore is dependent on your max HP. So the more HP you have, the more HP you get back from potions. Although I still think there might be a bit of randomness to it. Oh, good thing we healed Rita. There might be a bit of randomness into it in the sense that, like, just because you have X number of HP doesn't mean you're going to heal X HP every time you use a curing potion. Yeah, because that time we only healed 25. But I'm fairly certain that the range is increased if your max HP is increased. So, bit of pointless information there. As far as I know, HP stacking isn't like a strategy. It's hard to, like, boost your HP to weird levels. There's no perks you can take or something. There's no... That would be an interesting skill, right? Like endurance or something. Hardiness. Or maybe they should just make the ranger skill give you 1 HP per point you put into it. That would be something, right? I feel like that would... I mean, it would still be probably worthless to put points into ranger, but maybe it could be 2 points per point in ranger. 2 HP. Look at me talking about balance. This was before the days of patches and updates, where your expansions had to come in the form of new CDs that you installed and patched over your old games. Remember those glory days. Please insert CD. Indeed. I'm actually a little shocked that we took so much damage with Rita. That was, by and large, unnecessary. But she did get sandwiched between a couple wolves and took a couple hits. Direwolf flees. I guess we'll just sit here and let the other wolves run towards us, because I don't really want to run at them. Although we'll position our characters in an advantageous way. Put Becken up front, Rita or Brenna close behind. Oh, a direwolf joined on this side of the map? Peculiar. Well, okay. Guess we'll just take advantage of that. This might be suicide. Yeah, actually, I shouldn't be putting Brenna up front like that with her HP so low. Oh, and she's exhausted, so she lost up to, what, 10 to 20 stamina? Probably closer to 10. We're gonna be super lazy and just use all the curing potions. So we used 3 this fight. We need to remember to put 3 back in to the pool. It's minor, but essentially what we did there is we split Brenna and Rita, one to the right and one to the left, to force the monsters to split. That way they can't all gang up on someone. Of course, Beckon isn't going to be able to harm the Spirit Wolf, so we'll have to have Brenna intercept it. Doesn't look like she's gonna get that option because that wolf is gonna force her into melee mode. Rita should be fine here. Assuming it's all gonna depend on what that Spirit Wolf does. If that Spirit Wolf still sticks around and just tries to cast exhaustion over and over again, then we're fine. Hopefully Alaron just nicks this dire wolf so that Brenna can converge on the... Nope. No, that would be too much. Too much to ask for. Let's use our small healing potion since those things are kind of worthless anyway. Okay, so everyone must be exhausted, so the Spirit Wolf has gone over and started attacking people. Alaron! Alaron, buddy, we need you to hit this. Oh, cool. For some reason, Brenna wasn't considered to be engaged in melee there. And the Spirit Wolf just skipped its turn for seemingly no reason. I don't like this. I don't want to use a curing potion, but the thing is, it's like if the Spirit Wolf somehow gets over to Brenna and attacks her, or Rita and attacks her, and the Dire Wolf attacks her, she's dead. Didn't happen. Didn't expect it to happen, but still wanted to plan for it, just in case. Okay, Beckon, you're making me really nervous, buddy. Like, really, really nervous. You're supposed to be the defensive one. Yeah, you're useless, Alaron. Alaron, just hit the wolf. Hit the wolf, buddy. Ugh. I think we really do need to consider putting some points into his combat skills because, I mean, otherwise, just what does he do? Or just consider, oh my gosh, the wolf was fleeing. Alaron missed him so many times. I think his morale went back up. But the Spirit Wolf just fled. I don't know why this Dire Wolf... Then the Dire Wolf came back. For one turn, he was like, yeah, I got this. That kid can't throw sticks worth of crap. And he's like, oh crap, Spirit Boss ran away. So we kind of lucked out. We didn't have to spend really any XP on Troubadour, which was nice. That doesn't always happen. Because we could increase... We could increase his warrior stat. Or we could just have him actually start using spells, which sounds like the more sensible thing to do. In which case, we don't want to learn any of these spells ourselves. We just want to... learn it in the school. We'll give Beckon a shield point. So hopefully he gets hit less. And Brenna probably just wants to put points into Thief from here on out. I don't know what we do with Rita. Rita is such a puzzle. Like, how do you make her useful without turning her into a warrior? I don't actually know. I mean, her spells just aren't that great. Okay, we're gonna give Rita 2 points in warrior. Probably should have done that a while ago. I don't want to give her shield. We'll go ahead and hold on to her EXP for now. Maybe something will pop up. Like we'll run into a trainer who has something good. Alright, let's camp this out, because that sucked. We also need to replace those 4 healing potions. It hurts just to say that. 4. 1. Oops. Made a stamina potion on accident. 2. 3. 4. And 1 to grow on. What's our stock? Alright. A healthy-ish number of regents. And what's our potions? 17. Oh, we got 17 curing. Never mind. I don't know what I'm worried about. Okay, so we have the Amaranth. We talked to Pandera. Let's go talk to Ardra. Scoot the plot along. Oh, this guy teaches wizard, doesn't he? Pretty good. $76 kajillion EXP required. That's the other thing. Wizard is just so expensive. I mean, I guess all the core skills are. I think I went the wrong way. Nope. Go down. Because Ardra's on the 2nd floor, right? Yeah, right here. Welcome back, child. Have you found the Amaranth? Yes, honored mother. Well done. And do you have any questions before we begin the healing? Yes, honored mother, but just a few. You may ask one of them. Dang. Pandera confused me. What is the difference between our magic and that of the other races? Who are the Jundar? It's strange that we would even bring up the Jundar. The Jundar, again, are the people living in Ugarit. Let's just go with Pandera confused me. In what way? In a way I cannot explain. She wanted to fly close beside me again and again. Alaron, you are indeed young. Pandera has always been curious about humans. She probably found you interesting. That's all. She does not want to have the birds and bees talk with Alaron. Now let's proceed with the healing. Power of the sun and the moon, hear me. Ardra's just like, I don't got time for this. Honored mother, take the poison from this child. This vision, with all the power of magic. It's kind of an awkward scene, but Alaron's supposed to be freaking out here. Wait, honored mother! It's just really unclear what's happening because the cutscene is so bad. And apparently we're just gonna pause on Alaron here for a little while. Wait! I don't know why we needed to wait 15 seconds before you said wait. Honored mother! I am here. I sense this plane of vision is familiar to you. The things you see here are your choice, child. No! We should go back! I cannot stop the ritual, nor choose what you see. Lay fear aside, and... Honored mother! Chaos! Child, look here. I tried to warn you. This vision was to heal. Why heal by seeing chaos first? I don't know! Answer me! I have no answer. Yet an answer must exist. Stay back! Ardra, what is this? Don't look. Help me, Ardra. Who is he? Some say a legend. Some say another thing. Tell me his name. Child, you must think. Who was it who really wounded you? You. There was a clearing. Oh gosh, I don't even remember what voice we did for this guy. The doorkeeper! We meet again, young squire. Forgive me, wizard. Some days my head is in the clouds, and little things slip by me. What are you saying? I was the one who let him pass through our door. How incredible. He seemed quite harmless at the time. And does he seem that way now? A careless error. That is no answer. How well I know, great wizard. Do you mean that the doorkeeper... Oh, do you know what the doorkeeper means, my child? Great wizard, you are Aidyn, the healer, are you not? I am known that way, great wizard. This boy knows little of himself. You are right to question him, but with every hour this poison grows. Set aside your anger and heal this boy. So much depends on this. So much for all of us. Who is she, Ardra? I have no idea, but her request is small and necessary. Be ready, Alaron. With all that is known to magic and to me, I cast this poison out, now and forever. Okay, but like, we know who Aidyn is. Also, that crab is photobombing us. So here's this giant enemy crab. Also, I don't know why the camera is focusing on Alaron while Ardra is clearly doing some kind of animation that we just aren't seeing. Child, what did you do to me? Alaron, be calm. Tell me what you did! I said, be calm. The healing has failed. Why? What did Pandera say to you in the grove? What I told you. I told you what Pandera said. She said I had an aura and that she said I was a wilding. Why does the crystal do that? A wilding is a good thing. It's good, honored mother. A wilding is a wonderful thing. Calm down, child. Then tell me what it means. Wilding is a dryad term for one without a true name. I have a name. No, the ritual is never wrong. Since when? I mean, how many people have tried this incantation? I must have a name. I got through the gatekeeper. Uraza chanted over me with all the Mirari spells. I'm sure I was named. I tell you, you are not. Shamsuk was right. The prophecy has come true. Okay, let's rewind way back to the beginning of the game when we were talking about Shamsuk. So, if you remember, there were the 4 great wizards. Ardra is the great wizard of... she's not a namer. Actually, I don't know what school she is. Anyway, Ardra, Bodin, Kardog, and Shamsuk. And Shamsuk was the guy who got into necromancy, and everybody probably... everybody thought it was probably best to leave that guy alone because he was crazy. Shamsuk, however, was not an idiot, and he did prophesy the end of the world through an unnamed being. Shamsuk? Now listen closely, Alaron, because I promise you, you are in mortal danger. A true name is vital for survival. For us humans, it unites the body and spirit, and it bonds the spirit to the earthly form. And in the name lies the merging of the mundane and the spirit. Without that name, you live completely on one plane. Or rather, incompletely. You are divided, Alaron. You are incomplete. That's crazy! I'm just poisoned! No. The turmoil you feel now is the separation of your spirit from your body. This is some riddle. It is tragically simple. The division within you makes you physically weak, almost invulnerable to some forms of magic, but fragile as a dry leaf when faced by others. Then name me! If I had known the pain this enchantment would provoke, I would have never performed it. Then undo it! Fix it, now! No, child. The trouble is what must still be done, what was never achieved. Naming is a simple ceremony for children, but on one your age, having lived so many years apart from yourself, there is only one who might have the power. Who is it? I would not send you on a fruitless journey. Help me, honored mother. Child, you must travel to Port Said. From there, get a boat to take you to Cardog. The healing wizard? You must not tell anyone who you are. Do you understand? Not anyone. Not a soul. Which direction is Port Said? Southwest, by road. Thank you, honored mother. Alaron, wait! Just as you are suffering the separation from your spirit, so is your spirit suffering by its separation from you. And just as you are now driven to find the spirit is driven to find you. Do I have your leave to go, honored mother? Go as quickly and as secretly as you can. Avoid chaos, get to Cardog. Thank you. Cardog will be waiting. Farewell. Alright, so again, I know this game is hot garbage, but it does have some cool ideas. So this idea that body and spirit must be joined as one through a naming ceremony that all children have taken place in at some point in their life. I know this brings up quite a few plot holes. Okay, because if you go back and look at the whole process, right? All the way at the beginning of the game, we found that burned out city, right? And in the city, we found the Namer's ring. And that ring was the ring worn by the Namer that was trying to name Alaron when he had been born and the goblins attacked. So you could argue that this was all caused not so much because Alaron wasn't named, but because he was in the middle of the ceremony of naming him, and then it stopped halfway through when the goblins attacked, and that caused some funky business in Alaron's joining of his spirit and body. Because I think the big plot hole is, well, so what? You're telling me every single child and every single corner of the world, when they're born, a wizard pops up and gives them a name? I mean, that is how the world is described to work. That is what essentially the, how the lore of Aidyn is supposed to function, is that literally everyone is named at birth by a naming wizard. But, again, I feel like it would be unrealistic to think that there wouldn't be some family living on a country mountainside where they just don't have access to a namer and their child never gets named. I know this is not supported by the game at all, but I would go so far to say that any child under normal circumstances who doesn't get named probably just dies. They probably die because of the separation of their spirit and body. Whereas the whole reason that Alaron kind of glitched through the system, right? He bypassed the whole dying bit because he was in the process of being named when it was interrupted halfway through. And that's what's allowed him to continue to live. We did see a creepy old man in the dream. That will make sense later. Shamsuk foretold a prophecy of a mage coming and killing everyone. It does appear that Alaron may be that mage. Yeah. And otherwise, Ardra just says, go to Said, which is to the south and hard west, and get a boat and go see Cardog. Now, the reason she doesn't want us to tell anyone who we are is well, a couple reasons. One is people like Shemsuk would want to kill you. Shemsuk is an interesting character. We barely get to see him. So I don't mind talking about him now because our opportunities to talk about him when we've met him are not going to be that frequent. So we'll just go ahead and talk about him now. Shemsuk isn't necessarily a bad guy, but his methods are extreme. We kind of already know that Aidyn, the healer that rescues you at the beginning of the game, is Alaron's mother. And Shemsuk, I know, again, like, you have to put all the pieces of the game together, because there's quite a bit of things that you probably just wouldn't remember or wouldn't think were important, so you wouldn't think twice about them, like, the first time you play the game, because the presentation in this game is so terrible. But really, when you think about it, there was that wizard that attacked Aidyn early on in the game, and it must have been Shemsuk, and he was trying to get to Alaron. He was trying to find Alaron. And interestingly, so Shemsuk used some kind of spell on Aidyn, aka Alaron's mother, that forced her to tell the truth. However, they say that Aidyn's memory is bad, and she isn't always all there. Now, she's not crazy. We've clearly interacted with her, and she's been a completely rational, normal human being. It's just her memory that's bad. And we can extrapolate that that happened after the attack on... Let's use a spell here. Let's see what Dragon Flames do. We can extrapolate that happened after the attack on Alaron and her's hometown, right after her birth. And we can assume that either she was like hit on the head and she's suffering from amnesia, or literally the PTSD of having given birth and then immediately her town is burnt down prevents her from remembering. And that's why when Shemsuk went over and tried to force her to tell him things, she couldn't, because she literally doesn't remember. She's not lying. She just can't remember any of it. But she clearly still on some level knows that Alaron is her son. Somehow. Whether it's just mother's intuition, or maybe that's the one thing she does remember, you know. Oh, wow. Alaron's gonna die here. Well, we have plenty of curing potions, so we'll just use one of those. There's also the... Oh, what am I trying to say? I had something else that linked up to the plot, but I can't remember what it was. Anyway, so that was our first fight with manticores. There aren't very many of them in the game, and they're quite powerful. Even with an air shield spell, they struck pretty hard. The only consolation is they're very easy to hit in general. They're not defensive like the dire wolves. So some kind of manticore nest. And the remains of one of their victims had, oh boy, 52 gold and a leather cloak. That's value right there, guys. I guess we could bring up that... Oh, right. This whole conversation was started because we were talking about why Ardra would not want Alaron to say who he is. So reason number one, extremists like Shemsuk are willing to find and kill Alaron, or at least cause him some kind of harm. We assume his methods aren't going to be gentle. In order to prevent the end of the world at the hands of a mage. There's also the creatures of chaos. And I don't think it's giving too much away to say that, you know, the creatures of chaos want Alaron so that they can either steal his magic or so that they can utilize him as their own pawn or something like that, right? The creatures of chaos actually are able to cast spells from all schools of magic, so they probably feel an affinity towards Alaron right now. Shoot, there's something else as well. Nah, I've lost it as well. I keep, there's like so many things I'm trying to keep in my head as far as like tying the plot together that, I'm trying to focus on the game at the same time I keep forgetting what I'm trying to say. But yeah, okay, so... Oh gosh, I thought we died there for a second. I forgot the human bandits have the same death sound effect. But yeah, so she doesn't want anyone to tell who we are because she doesn't want us to either get killed or used by one of the chaos creatures. Oh, the spirit, right. Okay, and she did mention that our spirit is searching for us. Now, I know we didn't go into the fight because I just said it was pointless because we just go into the fight and die. But remember, when we're talking to that spirit who called us brother, he wanted us to join with him. And so clearly that's Alaron's spirit. That's Alaron's other half. And it is trying to join with Alaron, but if, like I said, if we had done the option to join, we would have gotten into a fight with it, and either we would have died or been forced to run away. So it's not possible to join, because our spirit is suffering at the same time. Cardog is a master namer. It's possible he would be able to give Alaron his name, or at least that's our hope. It's beyond Ardra's ability to help us, that's for sure. And Cardog is probably the most experienced namer in these parts of Aidyn, so... Kind of nice that she didn't try to be like, well, I'm a powerful wizard, I can do it, I don't need that bum Cardog. No, she legitimately trusts him and recognizes that even though he's going to be harder to find, he ultimately is the expert in the situation that plagues Alaron. Oh, I remember what I was going to say. Okay, so it's interesting because the whole half of the beginning of the game, you're chasing after this cure for poison, when it's kind of funny that Alaron really wasn't poisoned at all. Yeah, technically he was attacked by goblin poisoners, and the poison did harm him, but it simply coincided with the side effects of him having his spirit and body split. So it's kind of like if you have a backache, right? And you go visit the doctor and you're like, doctor, my back hurts. And then he's like, oh, you have cancer. And it's like, whoa, like, you know, your back isn't hurting because you have cancer is probably a bad example, but just something bad, right? Something really bad that that, you know, would be terminal or really dangerous to have diagnosed, but it's not the reason you went in to talk to the doctor. Like, your backache might just be caused because you were sitting with poor posture or something. So Alaron goes in to see these healers because he gets poisoned by these goblins and he's feeling particularly crappy, and he's like, man, I just don't feel right. But he probably wasn't feeling right the whole time. It's just the poison forced him to acknowledge that there was something weird going on with him. And then because that weird feeling didn't go away, he just assumed, and everyone else around him assumed, that it was some kind of special goblin poison. And in truth, it's because Alaron does not have a name. First time we run into Cyclopses. The big meaty fellows have a lot of HP. They throw these mauls at us, and then clearly switch over to their clubs. It's interesting. I don't think we can get a club like that. It's one of the weapons. Like, I don't think the Cyclopes, the Cyclops will drop a club or anything like that. Or maybe they do. I know they drop the malls. Brennan gained a level. Or just leather armor. They drop a lot of gold. That's what I mean, though. Those Cyclops drop about 1,000, or those two dropped 1,254 gold. So finding 555 gold in a random chest just really isn't that valuable. To put in perspective how like unbalanced the gold drops in the chests are. Oh, Alaron's tired. I'm tired. Alright. Beacon has crested the 70 HP mark. Okay. I would camp, but it's early morning, and I like the morning. I don't know if there's anything important up here. Let's check the map. Yeah, if we go south, we'll just end up in Terminor. What is Terminor? I thought Terminor was another port town. Yeah, we'll just leave Terminor alone. We'll go to Port Said. Oh, that's right. Terminor is the free city. Okay, we'll need to go there later. Here we go. Port Said, port to all nations. Who those nations are, we'll never know. Although I kind of want to go down there on the beach. I also hear footsteps. Oh, it's our spirit. Hey, spirit. Brother, talk so I can understand you. You did not look. What do you want? What was never joined must join. Reach out to me. Get out of here. Look for me in Terminor. Journal entry updated. I met that strange spirit on the road again. It calls me brother and speaks in riddles. It really doesn't. Alaron. Not given what Ardred just told us. Let's see. We have the funniest looking... That looks like a giant rabbit. I think it's supposed to be like a deer or something, but it's like... You imagine watching Evil Dead 2, and that was the moose on the wall? Oh well. Clearly a farmer's shack. Let's go ahead and explore the fields here. Probably not anything amazing, but... Is this a bridge? Oh, what's going on over here? Oh, it's the other side of Terminor. We never did find that herb lady. Oh well. Hopefully there's someone in Port Said that sells herbs and gems and whatnot. Hello, random lady standing out in the middle of... Well, I guess it's morning. You're probably getting up early to feed the hens. Greetings, miss. A hearty welcome to you. Talawalk's a friendly place. I'm from the castle. Can you tell me about Talawalk? The zombies are up on and about in the Darkling Bog. I appreciate your help. What? Can you tell me about Terminor? No, but let me tell you this random fact about the Darkling Bog. Yeah, there's a lot of zombies in the Darkling Bog. Zombies? Necromancy? I wonder who lives there. Oh well. Did we go into that hut? The draw distance is so short in this game, I can never tell where we've been and where we haven't. There's so many farmhouses. Oh, hey, old man. Greetings. What a handsome lad. You must be somebody's darling. Can you, from the castle, tell me about Talawalk? Don't go to the wizard unread. Know your history before you speak. Sure. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to help ourselves to your valuables. Oh, a slightly dangerous trap. Brenda's probably fine. Trap disarmed. 4 healing potions. We just stole this guy's 4 healing potions. We're never going to use them. Can we put them back? Why isn't that an option? Wait, can we not get into this? Oh, here we go. Excelsior! Another pointless room. I'm so lost. Have we gone into that one? I don't think we have. Ah, woman in a red dress. Greetings, miss. Aren't you the handsome squire? I'm from the castle. Can you tell me about Talawalk? I'm sorry, but I can't talk. I need to go visit the farms in the south. In the south? What farms in the south? Aren't you already on the farm? Oh, it's another one of those weird bunny things. Does it even have ears? That one doesn't have ears. Oh, the ears are just not properly rendering. I think it's because there's no texture on the underside of them, but there's a texture on the top side. That's funny. These farms suck. Let's get out of here. Which way do we want to go? Okay, so there's the river. We know that the river, if we follow that, that just leads back to Talawalk, so let's go follow the river this way. Okay, there's the path down to the road. Let's kind of explore just a little bit more here. We near the road. Oh gosh, we're gonna have to go all the way around because Alaron won't jump down a 5-foot ledge. Have we gotten into this hut? Probably. I mean, all these huts are just empty. There's no real reason to even want to visit them. Yeah, we must have already been here. Kind of looks familiar. Okay, we've been in that hut. We haven't been in this one. Oh, where are you going in such a hurry? Greetings. What a handsome lad. Okay. Wait, we totally have talked to that guy. Or he's just saying the same thing the other guy said. Huh. Again, though, isn't it nuts that each of these rooms is unique? Like, most RPGs would just repeat the same room over and over again. Like, the same room layout, and they might change, like, what's on the desk or something. Or they would change, like, the flower in the corner of the room. The designers thought all of these pointless rooms should each have a completely unique designed interior. Not even reusing the same layout. Which is insane. So here we fight our first wyverns. Wyverns cast Mirror, which protects them from offensive magic, I believe. So we're just going to kill them with physical moves, which really shouldn't be much of a problem. Oh gosh. That guy just cast... I did not remember that wyverns cast Web of Starlight. So Web of Starlight is the one where... yeah, it's rough. So Brenna can't... she can't take her turn, she can't move, she can still be attacked, unlike Frozen Doom. But she gets a chance every turn, dependent on her strength stat, to cut herself out of the web. The web also deals damage to Brenna every round, if I remember correctly. It's not a small amount either. Luckily, the wyverns themselves are fairly fragile creatures, so we shouldn't have too much trouble handling killing them. Especially because there's only the 2. Okay. Not worth really any EXP either. Is there any reason to walk on this path? So we could go explore this rocky beach. I kind of want to. It looks interesting. I know we're traveling in the wrong direction right now. I believe this leads us to Terminor. Well, we'll just walk far enough along it to see where it takes us. And then whenever it leads us back up onto the high ground, we'll just loop back around and go back the way we were going. Gotta be something over here. This is kind of a nice location, really. I don't like sand that much, but I would totally go visit a rock beach. We've got a chest. Ugh, beyond the ability of Brenna to pick? Are you serious? Do you think Brenna's close enough to get a thief level? Holy bandits! I mean, they're just the same bandits we've been fighting since the beginning of the game, so they're probably super weak. Bandit woodsman. We'll just have Alaron drop a fireball on him. It's probably the right call. Here we go. Oh, that's not a bandit, that's Brenna. Let's try and get a little closer. Okay, we can hit 3 of them. That's something. No? Wait. Oh my gosh. I don't think we can. It's like just barely off. Oh, that's frustrating. Fine, whatever. We'll just nuke these two. 18? Where was the 60 bajillion that we were doing that one time? I don't understand magic at all. I don't understand how it works. Is it because it's nighttime? Wait, bandit boss casts haste. This is new. This is a different kind of bandit boss. Okay, so these aren't the same bandits we've been fighting since the beginning of the game. That might explain why they resisted the spell Alaron cast. That's fine, they'll probably just die all the same. That's a lot of HP. Yeah, the nice thing about a lot of the bandits is their armor class isn't amazing. Or sorry, protection, or whatever you want to call it. Guess Alaron will just sit here and twiddle his thumbs? They do have Spirit Shield. Maybe. No, when Alaron attacked that one, it didn't have Spirit Shield. Alaron missed when it didn't have Spirit Shield. I don't want to think about how bad it would be if he did. Oh, what's a good spell? What did we put points into? We've got points in Air Shield, Dragon Flames, Fireball. And that's it. Okay, let's just do Dragon Flames then. Resists! Resists! We need to raise Alaron's intelligence, I think, is the answer I'm coming to here. I kind of don't want to raise his spells manually. I want to do that when we go back to Talawak, right? Like, the wizards in Talawalk are just too good. I don't really see us losing this fight. The problem is the bandits don't really do much damage. Rita is a little low. Oh, Rita's really low. Oh, and I think I was supposed to have Brenna come to Rita's aid, but I swapped targets halfway through like a dummy. We'll try and Dragon Flames again. Okay. That works. But yeah, we've invested so much in magic, and it's like, what can Alaron even do with it? Is magic just hot garbage in this game? I'm starting to think it might be. Except when it works, it works! It works until it doesn't work. Or it doesn't work until it works. I mean, how do we make the magic better? Int will raise the chance of us successfully casting a spell. So maybe we don't even want intelligence. Maybe we just want straight up wizard. It's not like we're failing to cast the spell. The enemies are just resisting it. I'm pretty sure raising wizard lowers the resistance. Or, makes it harder to resist your spells. Or something like that. I'm so sick of these bandits. Oh my goodness, stop healing yourself. Oh, hello? That was a little scary. Guess we'll just keep casting Dragon Flames? Wait, I will say one thing about Dragon... Wait, what? What happened? Did Alaron fail to... Oh, he doesn't have enough stamina. Shoot, that was dumb of me. Should have had him heal. He's kind of in a dangerous spot now. Why does this keep lagging? Okay, Rita's kind of in trouble. She's not gonna die, like, immediately, but I don't think she can really fight back there. We're just gonna have her, heal. Targeting... Oh, goodness. Alaron, hang in there, buddy. Okay. Maybe he just needs to be a buff mage. Maybe it really is just best that he goes into every fight and just casts strength and air shield. It's such a boring strategy, but like I'm having a real hard time justifying doing anything else with him. Especially just given the way that this fight is turning out. If we had cast Air Shield, we would have prevented ourselves from probably needing to use 1 or 2 potions. If we had casted Strength, definitely, because our characters would be hitting more often. So I guess we just save up all of Alaron's EXP for Wizard. And we'll make another trip. After we go to Port Said and do whatever nonsense involves finding Cardog, we won't spend any of Alaron's EXP, and we'll just save it all and then go back to Talawalk and just dump all of it into Wizard. Yeah, these bandits are definitely not the bandits we were fighting in the beginning of the game. These guys are way too tough. Come on, where's strength? Here we go. Let's count this. This was 1, 2, 3. I don't think we're gonna get the 4th target. Yeah, that's annoying. I don't know what would give us the 4th target. But this should definitely speed up the fight and allow us to fight a lot more without worrying about our health. Who missed the strength spell? Oh, Beacon? We definitely want Beacon to have it. Also, when you consider that health potions cost regents to create, if we save the need to use a health potion or two by the use of our spells, the spells essentially have paid for themselves. Which I think is the right way to think about it. Oh my gosh, do you need to buff everyone? Do you need to buff everyone? You could just not. They're probably thinking the same thing about us. I think it's amazing that Rita was fighting for so long with 1 point in Warrior, and yet she was still reliably hitting things. We'll go ahead and try a Dragon Flames here. I think what I like about Dragon Flames, it seems to do a little less damage than Fireball, but it has a real nice range, and it doesn't hit your party. See, like, this was a good cast. This did 15, 30, and 15, and it didn't fizzle. Like, if I could, even though that's not amazing, if the spells reliably did that, I would be way less negative about them. I think that's the other problem. The spells seem really unreliable. Of course, then again, so is whether or not Alaron actually hits something, so I can't really say it's that different from his physical attacks. I would argue that perhaps it's because we tried to make Alaron both a fighter and a wizard, except that we haven't. We put 2 points into warrior, I think maybe like 1 or 2 points into shield, and 1 point into throne. That's hardly what I would call multi-classing. It's no different than giving Rita a couple points in warrior. Of course, then again, I guess I know I'm just babbling at this point, but there's really nothing else to analyze in this fight. This fight is over. I guess it's not like Rita really contributes a ton to the team. I think mostly it's just that she seems to be able to take more hits than Alaron, while at the same time dealing damage more consistently. Feels like Alaron just misses all the time. Yeah, it doesn't say that it decreases the enemy's chance of resisting, so we're not going to raise intelligence. We're just going to save all of the MP. All of the MP. Oh, wait a minute. Except, well, the issue is that that wizard in Talawak can only raise your wizard up to 8. So we'd only be saving like 20,000 EXP, which is still a lot. I don't know. That's a lot of spice. Spice is nice. Oh shoot, we were supposed to give Brenna a point and thief. Gosh darn it. Let's just rest. Maybe if we're lucky we'll get into a really easy rat fight. JK. Oh, okay, there's a Chaos Scout patrolling the road. Oh. a little more than a Chaos Scout. Okay, so we saw this crab-like thing in our dream. These things are Chaos Troopers. They're... Okay, so you remember the Chaos Warriors? Those little hodgepodgey guys with the big shields? Those guys are super defensive, but they don't... And they deal damage consistently, but they don't, like, deal a ton of damage all at once. The Troopers are the opposite. They're not really that defensive, but they hit like a tank, like, when they hit. Oh, apparently they also cast Earth Smite. I totally forgot they did that. Probably because Earth Smite, they're probably not very good at it. I don't really remember ever losing party members to Earth Smite, so hopefully I don't eat those words. And that Chaos Trooper just decided to survey the scene and not actually fight. You gotta appreciate the design on these monsters, though. They're pretty wild looking. We could go for the Scout here, maybe. If it'll let us. Yeah, let's go for the Scout. Let's get him off the map. We'll do the same thing with Beacon. It's probably not the right call because it exposes Beacon's back to that trooper. Whoa! I take it back. Earth Smite is scary. Hey, this might be a good time for Rita to cast Verse Elemental. Earth Smite is an elemental spell, right? Is one of Rita's spells going to be useful? Now the question is, though, do we heal Beacon and Brenna, or do we... I guess we could try Dragon Flames here. Okay, well, it's a hit. Oh, 30. 30's nice. Okay, again, like, that was nice, right? Like, I would consider that well worth the investment. Because that was about 20 to 30 damage on, like 3 targets. That's definitely worth it. Okay, and the question is, do we heal Beacon or do we have him fight? I think we have him fight. I think we can risk it. Ha! Scout flees. Scout flees. Nice. Still getting lots of spites. Gosh darn it! I didn't level up Brenna's Thievery. Okay, let's go kill this bear. We're gonna kill this bear, and the whole time I'm going to chant a song about leveling up Brenna's Thievery. I'm not going to do that, but I'm going to chant it in my head. Just kidding. If I don't say it out loud, I'm not going to remember it. We gotta level up Brenna's Thievery. Brenna's Thievery, Brenna's Thievery, Brenna's Thievery, Brenna's Thievery, Brenna's Thievery. Brenna's Thievery. The words are going to lose their meaning. I'm just going to hear them as phonetics. Brenna's Thievery. Brenna's Thievery. Brenna's Thievery. Brenna's Thievery. Alright. We're leveling up Brenna's Thievery. So let's cancel off this menu. Alright, let's see here. Yeah, she has enough. 6,400 for the next one. No, fine, we'll take the Beast Hide. The beast is upon us. Alright, we'll run all the way down here. See if Brenna can open this lock. We should probably heal her too, so her stamina isn't a factor. Look how close you have to be to that chest to have it even spawn in. It's insane. It's insane, I tell you. Okay. Hey! Hey. Well, now we know, right? Now Now we know. There was just 500 gold in that chest. There was nothing. Nothing. Nothing useful in that chest. We sneeze at a monster and get 500 gold. Good gravy. Well, let's go walk up this hill. Maybe that'll make me happy. This is a nice hill. This is making me happy. I like this place. It's all green and stuff. Okay, true to my word, before I get totally sidetracked, we're gonna go back on the road, traveling to Port Said. Wait, is this the wrong way? This goes to Said, right? Yeah, okay. We're gonna ignore all of these farms, because we concluded that there's nothing interesting in them. We do need to go on that beach, though. There's also... there's the beach further on, because we killed those wyverns there. There's also this little hill here. Kind of feel like we should walk around it, just to see if there's anything on the top. No. Can we go up here? Oh, we can. Cool. I'm on top of the world! Enough of that. Yeah. We'll go walk along the beach and see if there's anything cool down here. Oh, what was that? Oh, hello. Another scout. A cajillion scouts. That's fine. Having 4 scouts out at the beginning is going to give us plenty of time to just throw air shield and strength out. I don't think we really care about this. We could even have Rita throw out Verse Elemental, why not? Hey, stop punching Alaron, okay? Poor boy has enough going on in his life. That was a weird sound. Yeah, so the Verse Elemental is just so that the Chaos Troopers Earth Smite spell is ineffective. I really don't know what the difference between casting a Verse spell and casting Mirror is. Like, Mirror seems to protect you from damage, whereas the Verse spell seems to give you the ability to resist. I think that's probably the difference. Do we want air shield or strength? We probably just want strength. Like, who cares about defense? Back in, you're so slow. Fine, you can go kill that one. It's just gang up on the old man ranger day. Alaron disgraces us by taking so much damage from these weak scouts. Began disgraces us by missing. Seriously, they are all targeting Alaron. Is this scripted? The scouts are like, our man is there. Get him. Where's Dragon Flames? It's alphabetized and I still can't find things. Holy 56! Don't mess with Alaron. Man, when he's scary, until he's not. The spells are so swingy. Oh well, we could probably just leave Alaron out of the fight through the rest of this since he's kind of low. I doubt the troopers will run. Great. The troopers are also hasted. Just because that one scout lived. That's annoying. Oh my gosh, it keeps giving us turns for Alaron. Fine, Alaron, drink a potion. Kick back and drink a potion. So we have that verse elemental. I'm really hoping that that allows us to approach the troopers without really taking damage. That will remain to be seen though, because they have yet to cast Earth Smite. They choose instead to just kind of waddle forward on their adorable little crab legs. Punk. Why do I feel like the Chaos Scouts are just these really annoying, extremely... Like, I feel like the personality of every Chaos Scout would be extremely cocky and super annoying. Like, all the other Chaos minions probably hate the Scouts. Yet, they're forced to rely on them because they're too useful. The Trooper says, I'm out of here. He waddles in, looks at all his dead... Yeah. Trooper... Alright. We'll just let him go then. Anyway, I think this is where we're going to quit for the day, so thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. When we pick up, we'll be heading back into Port Said.